up, Storm Watchers? I hope you all had a great week and look forward to a great weekend. I know it's kind of hot, but hope you're all staying hydrated and in the air condition. If not, wear lots of sunscreen and drink lots of water. And so, let's see. Last week we talked about kitties and camp that I went to the week before, and we still have the kitties. They get their shots and stuff, I think, like tomorrow or something. But yeah. So if you don't remember, or you weren't here, this is Weasley, and he still needs a home. Say hi, Weasley! And, Latte already has a home. Yay, Latte! Party over here, party over there. Let's all dance on my computer. Okay, and then Sirius Black is the big ol' honkin' black one. Nope. Yes, they all need a home, and they're about 6 weeks old now. And, so yeah, the kitties. And now, I was thinking about it, since today is 1st of August, we all know what that means. We're all getting ready for school. I know, bittersweet. You all get to see your friends, but at the same time, you have to go to school and do homework. I know my brother said, he's like, man, when I see school supplies at Walmart, I kind of get depressed when my summer's over. But, anyway, but I have another vacation coming up soon. We're going to Seattle, Washington, and I haven't flown up there in like 3 years. So, it'll be nice to see everybody. Let's see. And so, I was thinking about what to pack, and you know how you have the 2 carry-on rule, and then you have this big old luggage thing. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, it's kind of like life. No, it sounds really deep, but I'm gonna get deeper. So, I was thinking about how the difference between like a little carry-on luggage, your load, is different from a burden that you carry. Load is just, kind of like a purse, or, if you're due to get an handbag or a backpack or something. And that's kind of like something you have to carry, and it's your responsibility kind of thing. But then there are burdens or things that you really shouldn't carry alone and ask for help. And I heard about this time, I think last year, back when I had my minivan, for those of you who've known me that long. I had a minivan, and so my mom sent me to Home Depot to buy 3 20-pound bags of mulch. It was like 3 or 4 bags. And usually, wherever I go, I'm used to having someone big with me, like my brother, he's 5'10", my boyfriend, he's almost 6 foot, my dad is 5'10", my stepdad, same. So it's like I have all these guys that are much bigger than me and taller than me that I can have do all the heavy lifting or reach the top shelf. But I didn't have that. So I was walking around Home Depot with this cart full of 3 or 4 bags of mulch, and I was probably the tiniest thing there besides, the little flower pots and stuff. But anyway, I got all throughout the store to the checkout and to my car before anyone noticed that I needed help. It was really pitiful to like, really? I'm gonna get all the way to my car and no one saw that. Or the lady at the front didn't even ask me, do you need help taking this to your car? It was, okay, here you go. I'm just gonna scan these because I don't feel like lifting them kind of thing. So, I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I never asked for help. I just kind of trotted along expecting someone to ask if they could help, but I never asked. And I think that's the way it is a lot of times where, you know, we're going throughout the day and we're like, man, I am so bummed. You feel like, man, no one cared enough to ask. But it's like, hey, sometimes you just gotta lay down and be like, hey, I need help with this. Or, hey, I'm really feeling overwhelmed right now. Can I at least talk it out or something? And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, is they don't ask for help, so they don't get it and they wind up, in some sort of trouble or just giving up because they feel like it's too much. And then rather than asking for pride or asking for help, which I think is a pride thing. And of course, all of us, need our level of pride, but at the same time, kind of prevents us from getting some stuff done, because sometimes we need help. Like, for all you nerds out there, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, then after this video, go and look it up. But in Lord of the Rings, yes, I love Lord of the Rings, Frodo is the ring bearer, and so that's his little load to carry. And throughout the entire movie, you know, at the beginning of the first one, he's like, okay, I will go take it to be destroyed or whatever. But he can't go alone. I mean, sure, he's gonna be the one carrying it, but he doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't really have much fighting skills. He's like a homeschool kid. He's never been outside begging. So he has 8 other people go with him, people with different skills to help him along his journey. And sure, as the trilogy progresses, they kind of go their separate ways, but they come back together. And and so that's kind of like life, like throughout life, when we have this thing that we have to do, we don't have to do it alone. I mean, sure, we have to be the one doing it, but you need people with different skills, like people to show us where to go, like, oh my god, that felt weird. And and how like Gandalf told him which way to go, and Aragorn and Legolas, they were like fighting away all the bad guys, and then Sam was like his encouragement. I mean, Sam wasn't as adventurous, I guess, as some of the other ones, but he did a huge thing for Frodo by just encouraging him and saying, come on, and picking him up on his feet. And that's sometimes all we need, is someone to grab us by the arm, pick us back up, and be like, come on, we can do this. And so I just think that we have to step outside of our comfort zone a little and kind of ask for help, because we all need that Sam or that Aragorn to fight alongside of us, or just encourage us. And so, yeah, I'm also talking about Lord of the Rings because I'm excited about The Hobbit coming out in a few months. All you nerds are excited with me, but the rest of you have no idea what I'm talking about. But that's okay. But then there are like loads like that. But in the movie, let me go back to topic here. In the movie, different people, he tries to hand it off to different people, or some people try to offer to help him carry the ring for him, but they realize, and he realizes, that he has to be the one to take it to Mordor, and the people that try to take it from him or try to help him out, he's just like, no, I gotta do this, and this is my responsibility. We all have to take our responsibility, like, yeah, we can't just hand off our responsibilities to other people. Like, my dear beloved boyfriend has this friend of his that he's known for the longest time, and he is, in his mid-20s. He lives in an apartment that his mom bought for him, and she sends him money every month. Like, he doesn't have a real job or anything, and then he just spends it all on, like, alcohol or whatever. And then when we're hanging out, instead of him buying his own food or drinks or whatever, Gavin buys it for him. And so Gavin, even though he thinks he's helping his friend and his mom also by paying for his apartment and everything, she thinks she's helping him, but really that's kind of enabling him, because he can't grow that way, have his own responsibilities, having everything paid for you, and I mean, he doesn't even have a car, so he has to rely on other people for that. So I just think that would be really burdensome, depending on people for everything all the time. I mean, sure, while you're in your parental under your parents' care for the first, 18 years of your life or whatever, that's good because you learn, but after that, it's kind of like you have to learn on your own things, and if you don't, then you're still kind of like, some 15-year-old kid who can't drive anywhere or do anything, which really sucks. But, and I have a friend, too, like that, who, you think you're helping them by doing stuff for them, but you're really enabling. Like, I'm sure a lot of you have heard the story of the little boy who gets a caterpillar, and he's so excited, and puts it in a little jar and feeds it everything, and then it goes up into its little cocoon, and and he's watching all this, and as he's coming out of his cocoon, he thinks the butterfly is struggling, so he peels back the cocoon for the butterfly instead of letting him do it on his own. And because he did that, the butterfly, when they do that, they work up like their wing muscles or whatever, and so they can fly. But since he did that, he's not able to fly, and he just crawled around for the rest of his life. And I think that's what we have to learn, is sometimes we just have to step back and watch them struggle just a little bit so that they learn and they're able to fly. Like butterflies or birds or whatever your preference is, since birds eat butterflies. Anyway, so yeah, that's that story. So, are you helping them or are you hurting them is the real question that we have to remember. So let's see. Talk about kitties. And oh, apparently there's a new Percy Jackson movie coming out. I didn't even hear it being advertised until like yesterday when I saw it on Facebook. I don't know if it's real or not, but it's really interesting concept considering how many movies are being advertised more than others. Anyway, so Stormwatchers, have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.